Hi, internal staff. Um, so we've had a few instances when we've had a bit of theft recently and or deals going bad or companies going behind our back with deals that we made. So this is my experience of things. This is not the truth, but the reason I bring these things, well, the reason I do these videos is in terms of, let's look at theft in the company, right? So we've got most people are sort of watching it. They're sort of involved in it. They're like, oh, okay, cool, something's happened, let's try to fix it. I'm on the extreme end of it, where like on the scale of how involved I'm at the absolute maximum end. So if I don't make a good decision, we could lose enough money to, cause irreversible damage to the company from whoever is stealing. So my brain is racking up thinking, okay, how do we fix the situation? How do we, get over this or whatever, right? So this is the way I've learned to cope with it, with damages coming from everywhere, whether it's social media, companies, theft, deals that we have with other companies, and how to deal with it. So fundamentally, in a moment where, all around us we're having loss, things can happen to close ones around you, people go to war and people die, a lot of devastating things can happen. And same as this, when people are being malicious behind our back, breaking deals and all this kind of stuff. And so this is how I approach it, and I think it helps me a lot. So the first thing I look at is we really own nothing. Like that's the way, so this is my perspective on things. So I try to go, okay, what do we own really in this world? What is ours? So I just look at it, go, we own nothing. Simple as that. Anything that we think we have right now can disappear in 1 second. It's like we built a sandcastle on the beach. It's here one moment, it's gone the next moment. So I've got, you that's working with me right now, and you made me the most dedicated, best staff ever. Just I know as I'm here today and this moment on Saturday at 3 o'clock, that I know tomorrow that you're going to be, yo, Scotty, can I call you back? Yeah, sorry. So as of this moment, at 3 o'clock, let me think. Okay, so as of this moment, 3 o'clock, I have you coming to work. You're the one that I'm relying on. But anything can happen. You can hurt yourself, you can find a better opportunity, you can find something else. Something can happen and I can potentially lose this asset that's helping us stay alive as a company. So whatever we have, we cannot take for granted. It's not ours anyway. So that's what I look at. Okay, someone stole from us, someone broke a deal, this was mine, this was expected, I expected this, I needed this, this was mine, And essentially, even our lives, if you look at the world as a universe as a whole, again, I like to look at the bigger picture, really nothing, whatever we have of ours goes anyway. Eventually, whatever we own, our experiences, everything, we eventually all leave this planet behind, with everything that we ever owned or had or experienced or owned or knowledge or anything that we have, whether it's you look great, whether you have a lot of money, whether you have great experiences in life, you eventually leave all that behind. So nothing is yours anyway. That's the first lens. So in a moment where something has happened, it hurts emotionally, it feels like someone stabbed you in the back, they've taken something from you, they've broken some expectation, you've lost something, your employer's let you down, something's happened. First of all, realize that it was just a figment of what you expected your boss to give you, whatever, was just in your imagination anyway. Right? So it was never yours in the first place. So from there, once you sort of like, okay, what's the flip of that? If nothing is yours, what are all the things what's the opposite of that? That means something that is not yours can come to you very easily. So in my life, I've had millions of good things come into my life where I've lost great human assets, people, things, and, in the workplace. and had thefts, broken deals, millions of dollars, well over $2 million worth of stuff has been stolen from us, you know. So, and I'm like, yes, but at the same time, people that had worked exceptionally all their lives, being trained by another company, just came into my life. You know, I didn't have to spend, you know, millions of dollars of training to get that person trained up. I didn't have to spend millions on technology to get Google Chat going. You know, technology, people, all these things come into our lives. So on one side, we may lose something as of this moment, but on the flip side, something that was never ours, nothing we owned, nothing we had, can come into our lives. So I guess we want to direct our thinking to, okay, we're going to lose some things. It was never mine to begin with, but we've got to keep our eyes open to the opportunities and things in this world that will come our way we didn't work for, we didn't do anything, we didn't build that road, we didn't make the internet, we didn't do the millions of things that you have right now, or the technologies, the nice phones that you have. You know? So I hope that makes sense. So that's my first thing. Okay, the first thing is, how do we approach the situation, right? Second thing is, we've got to go into pure logical mode. So logical mode is, let's look at, the only thing that matters is the goal. Goal. The goal, the result, the vision, whatever you call it. So after I first got some perspective, okay, cool, it was never mine, where do we go from here? What is my goal? So if someone does something bad for us, or someone takes to a legal case, you know, I can say, this person hurt us, I can use my leverage, my resources, my people to hurt them back, you know, whether that's through legal or whatever means there is. Again, we have limited amount of energy in a day. So, you know, that's your energy, resources, money, whatever it may be. We have a limited amount every day. So if we start spending that money on trying to hurt that person, then it takes us off our goal. So our goal is the main thing. No matter what happens, we've got to go purely into logical mode. Forget about your emotions, forget about everything around you, forget about, you know, revenge, forget about looking good, forget about everything. What is the goal? You know? So as our company, our goal is to become just the, you know, everything that the world needs right now when it comes to trades. You know? So everything around that, we've got to really shove to the side. And if it doesn't reach our goal, we've got to move it out of the way. So if we go purely into logic mode, so what is our goal? Okay. So once we've got, okay, and then, because remember, if we go and start going, okay, well, this person hurt us, I'm going to take them to court, we're starting to use resources and money towards some other goal. It's not the main goal. It's taking us away from the main goal. So let's not shift away from the main goal. Let's stick to it. Another thing I like to use is the negative energy. So, you know, our negative energy. So when I'm embroiled in negative energy and I'm feeling angry about things and I'm frustrated, anger, whatever, I can feel something inside me, happiness, whatever it is. I'm like, okay, this is great, you know. I'm going to use that to, I'm going to use that energy to make something happen. So I'll move that energy to like, okay, I feel anger, and then I'm like, all right, what can I do with this anger? You know? So I find that really, really helpful. Like, you feel this emotional energy or whatever it is, and the world teaches you that that energy, whatever you want to do with it, act on it, do whatever. But I think you should sort of try to take that energy and go, thank you for that anger, that pain, the suffering, that feeling. I'm going to take that and turn it into something, run it through my body as energy, and then go and do something with it. It's like stress. It's like, you know, one of the best things right now, being stressed about everything, is I'll wake up, I can't sleep sometimes, and then I'll get up and I'll do something about this stress, which leads us to finding solutions and finding ways to get around things. So that's another concept that I have, which is using that emotional energy. also using the haters. It's sometimes nice to go, okay, well, this person has done wrong by me. They want me to fail. I can't wait to stick to my guns, to stick to my goal, and get to my end result. You know, I personally don't want to start. You know, if we had haters and they've damaged us, and then eventually get to the goal, I personally don't end up, you know, talking to that person or rubbing it in their face or anything, because I don't want more problems. You know, I just want to enjoy what I have. But that's up to you. You know, so having that negative energy of like, this person's hating on me, this person's saying bad things about me, whatever, this person's trying to damage me, this person hopes that we fail, then go, okay, you know what, I'm not going to let that happen. That's a nice motivator as well, you know. So I guess that's my 4 parts of approaching this, because you know, if we don't do these things, you know, it can lead the company and everyone to all sorts of weird places, you know. So everyone's looking to me to lead the place, so I have to sort of make sure I have a good standard, but then it doesn't have to be all up to me. You can lead as well. You can be the instigator in the company, leading in place. But if you're going to be a leader, you know, as Spider-Man says, with great power comes great responsibility. So, you know, you've got to hold yourself to that standard and really, you know, this is a framework that I personally use. And I guess the only thing I can add to it is, like, if, you know, the 4th part is, if I have a lot of turmoil, mental, emotional turmoil, now I've let it just, rather than pushing aside, I step into that turmoil. I think about the pains even more, and I get myself even more emotional about it, even more. And I'm like, okay, I'm so uptight, so angry, so frustrated, so this about it, so happy about it. And then I let that generate something, and that makes me either generate a great idea, make me action something, and it has led to good results, you know? So these are approaches that I'm reinforcing in people because it works for me. It is almost opposite to what the world will teach you. It's like, you know, it's a weird thing to say, but, you know, if I saw like a child that's, you know, say it was my kid and they're like 3-4 years old, you know, this is going to be quite controversial. I hope Heather doesn't mind. If they're 3-4 years old, you know, and they're crying, and I'll be like, look, this is good. You're crying, you're feeling an emotion. What do you want to do about it? You know, what action do you want? What do you know, it's telling you something. You know, what is it telling you? What do you want to be about this?